Okay, so we're going to finish off learning about the, can I have the Otzor Yira, please? Do you see the red book, Otzor Yira?
There's nothing here.
Oh.
You're not putting anything
that's
here.
my other, thank you. Excellent, there we go. Thank you. Yes, sorry, we're going to learn the Arizal. We're going to finish learning about bringing Shabbos into the week. We're not going to do Leil Shishi, the kavanos, because the kavanos, he basically says, all right, Ekeyaku, like we talked about in, we'll talk about in Mizmor Soda, and in B'Rei Shalom, and those are like sugyas. It's like we can't sometimes it's not advisable to take everything on in one shot. You have to like slowly but surely build up. So we're kind of skipping Leil Shishu. God will get back to when we do those kavanos, and we're going to move to, hopefully we'll even make mikveh also, because we really spoke about it last time. Last time we saw already. He said that the Arizal said that why are you able to make Havdalah till Tuesday? Because 3 aspects of Shabbos come out each week, each day of the week. Another aspect, right? You're internalizing a different aspect. So Sunday you're internalizing neshama, Monday ruach, and all right, Tuesday is nefesh from the last Shabbos. Therefore, you make Havdalah till Tuesday. Wednesday is also nefesh, building up to the next Shabbos. Thursday is ruach, and Friday is neshama. And he said, nefesh or nefesh is action. That's why those 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's good to focus especially in action. If you have something to do, some mitzvah, chesed, those are good days. When you have something to do with thought, a kavano or connection, whatever you want to say, whatever contemplation, whatever you want to say, the tshuva, all that, this bechin that's called neshama. That's good to do, especially on Sunday and Friday. That's why we know that Friday, as far as the Ramak brings and others farm bring, the Yerah brings this idea. Also, later, right, this aspect of tshuva, you do tshuva. You have to give edus. You're a witness. I'm going to be a witness Friday night. I do edus. I'm an aid. I'm a witness. I have to testimony. I have to do tshuva. Tshuva means you're in the beginning of Abina. That's Friday and also Sunday.
Shabbos itself is what?
We'll see in a minute. Mamash a minute. Let's just finish. Right? So, and Monday and Thursday is dibur. What do we do only on Monday and Thursdays and not any other time in shul, davening? Because that's dibur. That's what he says. So now, what is Shabbos? Shabbos is the ultimate. Shabbos, to put it very, very briefly, Shabbos is Malchus, the aspect of Malchus that was never broken. Malchus, we know that the Gra says, what's Malchus? We say Malchus like the moon, right? The moon, it wanes, it waxes, it's this aspect, it's that aspect. It's not as, thank you very much. Do you mind bringing cups also, please? Shkoyach. So that's the aspect of what the Malchus is very, very vulnerable, right? Leis to megarma klum. Malchus is nothing of her own. It has to be mashpia to Malchus. But there is an aspect of Malchus that was nothing touched it, all the sphere or whatever you want to call about breaking, didn't touch it at all. That's Shabbos. Shabbos is me'il haba, when the Malchus can be all fixed and rectified and it's going to be picked up.
You were speaking about the days of the week and
you want to imbue the days of the week with the Or of Shabbos.
You were speaking about the days of the week in the context of the parts of the neshama.
Yeah.
So what part of the neshama is Shabbos?
Okay, so Shabbos is the neshama din neshama, and on Shabbos you have the aspect of Shabbos which has in and of itself nefesh no neshama din neshama. Each person, which is just a moment, I'll be with you in a minute. Right, neshama is chachma, so you have an aspect of exactly. Bina is neshama. Right, ruach is going to be the beginner. It's called Anpin. Right, let's say here Rusin Liba. Right, Chesed Gvurtiferes. Avi Yudvekas like the Balatanya and the Grosse. Right, Avi Yudvekas. Okay, fine, very good. And then you have the beginner. It's called the lower level nefesh. And that's what you saw. It's the beginner of the maisim. You have it also on Shabbos. On Shabbos you have maisim. You have the heart. Your heart has to work. You have to have the beginner of tshuva on Shabbos. Shabbos is tashuv, like the Tikkun Zohar says. That's the bechin that's called. That's called tshuva on Shabbos, right? And then you have also there's another aspect that's called Shabbos. What's the other aspect that's called Shabbos? Shabbos is something that's called the neshama, which is the chaya, which is very it's a tremendous chiyus of Shabbos, and that's the main element. That's Shabbos kodesh. Kedusha means chachma. When you have kedusha means set aside. That's kedusha. So this is this aspect.
What?
Okay.
Rose. I see that like the Ben Ish Chai talks about like the different parts of tefillas on Shabbos. It brings down different levels of the neshama.
We'll see when we get there. Okay, yes, there are levels and levels and levels of what's exactly happening in Shabbos to be moshech these different aspects.
So is it like during Shabbos this extra like neshama yetera is like a work in progress?
Oh yes, and depending on your level, that's how much you get. So there are some people who all they get on Shabbos, they have episode Shabbos food and episode those. The Kotzker would say, you think you're mechut the Shabbos, you put on Shtar, you think now you have episode Shabbos. The whole week you're supposed to be working on Shabbos. What do you mean? You can't. On the other hand, we know that that's also you do tshuva. The whole idea of tshuva is you can return, you can change. It's your choice. It's totally a choice.
So what's the ikr of this, like obtaining these levels?
Okay, so now
is it
I like this very much because again, what do you mean? Both. It's your choice. The way the Mikveh Chaim learns,
50-50?
the Mikveh Chaim learns is that it's totally up to you, and you can lose the neshama or whatever level of the neshama, or you can get it back depending on where your thoughts are and how focused you are on Shabbos.
On Shabbos.
Yeah, it's totally you. Whatever you
but
want.
The most you can obtain is whatever you earned on Yom Chol?
Yom Chol helps very, very much. What you do on Yom Chol helps, because in Shabbos that's when you pick up all the good you did during the week. Rav Nassim, the way Rav Nassim puts it in his own beautiful way, he kind of puts it in the mabat, like in the kaleidoscope, like the focus of Rabbi Nachman is like you have two aspects. You have ayin azamra, how much you're searching for Hashem during the week, and how much good points you focus and saw. He said that is what happens on Shabbos, Friday night Kiddush. You're picking up all these elements, all these aspects.
Is your potential for what you achieve on Shabbos solely based on the sparks you were working on Yom Tov?
Not solely, but
or is
somewhat.
It two different things that are
not
put
solely,
together.
Not solely. It's your choice. It's not solely. It's
like
not
it's
the
that
right,
plus.
yeah, but because I have a choice. If I want, I can. Anytime I can do tshuva, I can pick anything up. Right? All the chiddushos for a bring. A person says tuva men harayat mekudeshes leil manas shani tzadik gamor safek mekudeshes. Maybe he did tshuva. Hero tshuva. He's a tzadik gamor at this moment. And unfortunately, they say the opposite. Hero avodah zarah. Manas shani rasha gamor. Well, that also works.
Wow.
Hero avodah zarah. This is the thing.
Wow. I'm both.
This is the thing. So fine. Yeah, and all of these aspects have all different aspects. In Maisa also you have an aspect that's called Nefesh Ruach Neshama, right? You have an aspect of the actual action. You have an aspect of the Ruach, you could call at least to have a kavana of some sort that you're doing a mitzvah, which is maybe very integral. And the aspect of the Neshama is that the more ardor you do, even though it's not really thought out and you don't have that very deep connection that you would have with when you're on the level of the ruach. So that's the So that's the Pesach Shana, the way he says it. He says nefesh in the Maisa is, because again, we will understand, right? It's Wednesday. Wednesday is Maisa. Does that mean you don't have no dibor and no machshava? Like, hopefully not, right? You're not a vegetable today. It's not, just a Ramadan, you walk around and do stuff, right? It's not the idea. So the Pesach Shana, he explains very beautifully. He says you have a bechina that's called Nefesh Ruach Neshama. What's the Nefesh Ruach Neshama? He says Nefesh Ruach Neshama in Maisa is Nefesh is the actual action. Ruach is I'm doing this action to do the Ratzon Hashem. So he's saying that, and Neshama is the little bit more connection that he does it with, right? And then you have the Bechina in the Maisa also in Dibor in Teiris is the same idea, same concept, which is this idea also the idea of you have the action, you actually say the words. Right, nefesh and ruach. If I remember right, it's the connecting to what you're learning, and you're wanting to connect to Hashem through the learning, and then the machshava, the bechina of the neshama also is this bechina. But the vekas, I believe he says, if I'm remembering right, and then the neshama also you have three different aspects because there's all these different things you actually do to bring to the deeper the bechina, the connection to Hashem, or the tshuva or whatever you want to say, and then you have the aspect of the focusing on in the proper way, right? That's more the ruach, the way he explains it, and then the neshama is also in a deeper, higher aspect of dvekas. So, either way, without remembering exactly right or not, actually, that's the bottom line of what we're talking about here. There's every level is every level. Just the question is what the focus is. That's where we're holding. So I just want to quickly read the last bit because that's what we did last week. We didn't quite finish it. So we'll finish it now. But Kitosa Shabbos, we did that. Shani, we did. Sheni besoid esek Torah b'dibur harbe. So it's kedai to spend a lot of time learning Torah because it's ruach and that's dibur. Chetzach lasses b'yom achamishi k'moishis bar also on Thursday. Kedai lekabel soid haruach she'azu seider yitzira laos sham hanefesh baruch shebi yitzira. Right. Now you're able to aspect the right to begin. It's called yitzira. Yitzira is the world of malachim. Right. I'm able to pick that up and uplift that element. Right, so again, we have the beginning of neshama. Neshama is the aspect that's called what? Neshama is the aspect called bria. Bria, if you one mahalach, let's say, is the aspect of right, is ruach, depending what you say, how you say, right. The beginning of nefesh. Of dibor. The beginning that could be bria. Then you have the beginning of taivus is the next level. Taivus is the beginning of the yitzira. That's what we're talking about now. Deal with the tigers. And also, here he's saying to pick that up is the dibur here. It's not necessarily the yesod of some people. There's one mahalach that's the yesod of mayim. This world yitzira is yesod of mayim. You deal with the tigers. How do you deal with the most of the tigers? Of course, Torah. Torah is the main way. Right? Like I say, just saying in many places, right? Barasi yitzhara, barasi Torah tavlia. Torah is the spice to deal with the yitzhara the proper way. As I state. So. Right, so you have to pick it up. You have to uplift. You have to look at the kabel sod haruach shu on a mikra. You want to get the sod haruach again. We're not going to go into the mikra now because it's its own suya. We'll do a little bit in Shabbos, and each day is its own element of one of the stands of the mikra. That's not what we're doing right now. But we spoke a little bit about it last time, I think. But actually, yeah, that's the way it's done. But so the kasher l'shalem sham oiseh hayoyim. Shame Hashem, shame Yom Shabbos. Right? You have the shame, you have to put also together, which we're not going to go there either. What day, what name, and which on the Mikveh, which on the Shabbos, leave it. The kavanos utia lechot tamid. Have this in mind always. Frat basic piece to asecha b'yom elu, especially learning Shnayim these 2 days. Yitzhak lasted b'hem b'Torah harbi. You need to learn a lot extra on Monday, Thursday. Again, yes, Monday, Thursday, the main Torah. It doesn't mean you don't learn the rest of the week. You do learn the rest of the week, but the main, especially, make time for learning on Monday and Thursday. V'atam ki haruach hu b'zer. Hanikra Torah. The ruach is the bechina that's called the anpin is bechina of what Torah is. That's where the heart is. That's where the main person is. Right? Right. So Ezra the Kruba Torah b'yom hey b'yom beis b'yom hey. That's the kind of Ezra to read the Torah b'yom beis and hey. That's why Rav Nassim brings this idea that Lamaisa, the reading of the Torah is how you fix the shviras like we're going to learn something called shviras like you shatter the vessels. The bottom line of this, what the underlying idea is, that every person has certain things that are broken, and that is an expression of this element of that Hashem made things so that there'd be a little too much light, so that things would break, but not too much break. But things would break, they shatter, and they'd be rebuilt, but not all the way. So we have to do the rebuilding, and part of the rebuilding has to do with things when they're difficult for us. Right, and things that are hard. So you fix that by Torah in general, fixes these bechinas, and especially creates a Torah. Right, that's how we fix the bechinas called Shviras Kevet. So Master explains. Right, v'gam kein zeh sod aliyas Moshe Rabbeinu l'Har Sinai b'yom sheni lekabel luchos haTorah v'yudas b'yom chamishi luchos haTorah. He went up on Monday, came down on Thursday, because those are the days when you're dealing with Torah. Right, v'lo mishlishi yasi mitzvah masias v'fat hanasay dei aglayim yichavan has hanefesh. Tuesday, do Ma'aseh mitzvahs, especially what has to do with your feet, running around, doing stuff, whatever it is, and have in mind to give a note to the nefesh, miyom dal ve'erev tzor lehachin, lechav lehachin atzor lekabalas, to nefesh nefesh. From Wednesday on, you have to prepare, get a nefesh on Shabbos, nimtzik shleisha shemei hashavur rishonim heim, Shabbos she'avro. When Shabbos she'avro, you get the first 3 days from the Shabbos from the week before. The 3 others are for the Shabbos that's coming. So nefesh b'yom Shabbos k'nisklel. Wednesday nefesh from the next Shabbos, preparing for the next Shabbos. B'yom hey Torah der chanal. And Yom hey is right Torah ruach. Yichaved lehachin lekabel tisefes ruach b'Shabbos ader chanal v'vod machshava ader chanal b'yom Yorishon yichaved lehachin lekabel tisefes nisham b'yom Shabbos. To prepare to get the tisefes nisham on Shabbos. Payadata mashkos sefer mitzvos. Shemitz is besifri. I'm sorry, besifri. It says in the sifri in the Medrash. Shemitz is saying who should tell me Tommy Yom Yishim Shabbos. Right? The Ramban brings us into the mitzvah saying Yom Shabbos is A mitzvah say the Raisa to remember Shabbos during the week. You have to remember it. Yom Sheni b'Shabbos v'chein Shayomim, and also the other days. That's how you prepare for Shabbos. So now we're going to skip. We're going to skip until Rimon Hasheni, page Ayin Zayin, because this Leil Shishi again is not for now. Bichlal, it's a little bit. I like this, especially the basic point is try whatever you can to focus on it, because he says that's the main way to connect to Hashem. He says you'll be protected from various, like very big. He has big avtachas on doing this seder, so we'll try whatever we can. So now we're going to do Rimon Hasheni, the Maaseh erev Shabbos, v'sodet Tefillah, Kriyas HaParsha Shnei B'Tagim. We're going to just do a little bit about Tefillah. Yom HaShishi Tachin Tzorchi Shabbos L'Chabed Shabbos Kom V'Haya B'Yom HaShishi V'Echim V'Asher Yaviyu. Friday is when you should prepare for Shabbos. Like the verse says, on Friday they would prepare what was brought. Friday is when you should prepare for Shabbos. Fine, very good. Right, you should go early. Try to prepare for Shabbos on Friday. Better to buy it on Friday, and not Thursday if possible. Everything you buy, you should say L'Chavot Shabbos Kodesh. Yeah.
I have a question about the next thing. It's I always thought that Ari says before Chatzos try. The best thing is before Chatzos to finish Shnayim Mikveh.
It's not clear when and what. When and what. Well, it's not so clear. Okay, it's not so clear. Wait, lat. Okay, so I'll just quickly.
What about tefillin when you do Shnayim Mikra?
What's the matter with wearing tefillin after Chatzos?
Friday Shnayim Mikra.
Who says?
Somehow do we hold that?
No, the Mishra Chassidim says that erev Shabbos, even if you're davening mincha late, whatever he means, don't not put on tefillin. Put tefillin on for mincha. Huh?
He holds to put on tefillin for mincha?
That's what the Mishra Chassidim says.
What, dafka on Friday or every day?
No, he's talking about a Kabbalah and Indian. I'm just pointing out that you can be to tefillin if you want to.
Shimush Rabbat's tefillin, or like?
Yeah, he's talking about Shimush Rabbit. Whatever.
Not like
I didn't say no, not b'dafka. I'm just saying that the Maisa, there are different mahalchim, different yanim. So the first thing to be aware of again, if Nosson says everything you do to prepare for Shabbos, is making a malach, creating this beautiful, this thing. And like I always say, that like your every movement, every step, you're making a beautiful malachim. But even on Thursday and especially even Friday, especially Friday when the Re says, and I'll say quickly the story from Nirvana Kalin. He came into the city and he saw the chimneys of the women who would often get up early to bake the chalas or whatever it was. And he said, "Do you see the smoke coming out of the chimneys? It's like," he said, "Do you see the malachim coming out of there?" He said, "The women should all be zocha to Ruach HaKodesh because of this incredible aura of preparing the Shabbos food." He said, "But it's hard to make sure there's some kind of machlokas in the house or something's up and they get upset, they lose the discourse." He said, "But really, they should have Ruach HaKodesh preparing for Shabbos." What do you mean? You know what that is? He's not pushing. It's not pushing. That's the only God the Kalim would say. Fine. Fine, very good. Right? What he said, which I'm not going to go into now. And he said the Maisa, it's for Sharach Shabbos. Also, if possible, finish Shnayim Mikra before Shabbos if you can. We know it's a big mitzvah. It's in Siman Reish Behein Shulchan Aruch. If you can, to learn the parasha. The Ramaz, I think, the Erev brings the introduction, I think, from the Ramaz, that doing Shnayim Mikra Dafka enables you to connect to Hashem, and even if you didn't do the mitzvah, you can't do the mitzvah as if you did it. Just saying the Shnayim Mikra is very powerful. And Rav Nosson says it's B'chinas Tshuva al Tshuva, so you're doing a double tshuva, picking up, it's a very, very big tikkun if you can. At the very least, try to do the b'diavad way, right? I'll just say quickly also to bring down from this farm that a person zocha with his tefillin to Rashi to learn aliyah every day of parasha. Obviously, if you didn't finish Shvi, you're finishing on Shabbos. Don't put tefillin on, but generally speaking, like it means trying every day to learn a bit of aliyah of Chumash Rashi. You're going to be zocha in the next world to get to Heichel Rashi, which is a big deal. It's not that hard to do it. A little bit of Chumash Rashi every day after Bechlal is a big inyan to learn.
With tefillin on?
Yes, with from the Rashi on. Rashi does that.
Even after Chatzos and Friday.
Who talks about this?
Huh?
Even after Chatzos and Friday.
Whenever you can do after Chatzos and Rashi. It's not a problem.
Wait, so what's the
Chayay is not happy with it, but again, the Raisa, the Raisa and the Rabbanan Shulchan Aruch, there's no problem putting tefillin all day Friday.
So the Mukabbalim hold it's deep to do it just all on.
Again, you have to know if you can. So I think the Baal Tanya also grew up for sure. And I think Baal Tanya 2 says you can do it one aliyah a day, which also brings a different malachim. Right? The Ari says the Inyan Dafka, erev Shabbos. He doesn't talk
Do the
about
whole
all the
thing.
parsha. Not exactly.
And how do you?
Some people do Lel Shishi, the whole parsha. You have to see if you can. Very often, one aliyah a day is more realistic. Because, if it's a short aliyah, you can do 2. And if it's a long aliyah, you miss a day, so you make it up on Shabbos. It becomes, the minute you have to make this 3-hour block on Friday, you're going to find a Friday or 2 or 3 or 10 that you can't do it. That's what you'll find. Yeah, everyone's different. You have to know for yourself what you can do. Everyone is different. You have to know for yourself what you can do, what you can't do. At the very, very least, minimum, if you can't even, you're really pressed for time, at the very least, say at least one time mikra, and then a targum, and then during laning, read with the Balkore to yourself, but out loud so that you hear or whatever, you say it out the words, and you yotzei b'diavad.
You're missing out on the kriya from the club.
Huh?
Missing out on hearing the kriya from the club.
No, you're not.
Right.
Why do you say it? Same thing. Who said you miss out on anything? The Mishnah Berurah brings from the Magen Avraham that it's better, so that I'm focused on the words to read along with the Balkore anyway.
That's true, yeah, but
You don't miss out anything. It's not clear that you missed out. There's no reason why you'd be mixed out. And that's the Mishnah Berurah. Could be there other ways, I don't know.
Is the Shnayim Echad Targum is separate from reading the Psukim and Chok Yisrael, right?
It's just, again, the Ari said that's the prescription of the Ari. Do those psukim in that way, and then Friday.
But he's saying that's completely separate.
No, that's part of the Shnayim mikra. You do those.
You can count
and then
that
you
as
continue.
your
Yes.
Shnayim Echad.
Yep, and then you continue.
But the Ari also says to do Shnayim Echad Targum Dafka on
No,
Friday.
I don't think that he says you re-go through parsha. Yeah, he says you do the whole thing again.
The Ben Ish Chai doesn't quote the Ari Dafka, but he says the Mekubalim according.
I don't do that. I do it on a later day. I don't know. I have no idea.
He says
Friday.
You want to tie you tie Friday. You redo it. Yeah.
From the beginning.
The 26 psukim lel shishi.
Also,
and you redo it again anyway.
Yeah,
Friday.
from the beginning.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're for sure,
That's
b'diavad, if you're like you're late or whatever, or it's hard, you definitely are yotzei the halacha of Shnayim mikra v'echem targum. Continue where you're up to, no problem whatsoever. I once knew a yid. He was very a really good guy, but he's a little slow reader. He's like, when I say that kid in the morning shachar is, can I be, because it's like the aliyah, can I? So like whatever, I don't know what I came out with, but it was an interesting question. It's like, yeah, the Maisa, you for sure are Yotzei. There's no question you're Yotzei, you did it. Apidari's ticket is a ticket, it's not Shnayim mikra. There is a special Inyan, she want to tie that, I don't even know, I honestly don't know, I don't remember. It could be we'll see it inside, I just don't remember. It's not what I do. I find it too hard on Friday. Friday, again, you're supposed to do shopping Friday, so like how do you, okay, so Thursday night maybe you want to say it's also Friday, could be, I don't know. But it's not so pasha to do all the things you have to do for Shabbos and also find the time to do Shnayim.
Is the Haftarah that's a separate mitzvah from Shnayim mikra?
I don't think you're mechuyev to do the Haftarah. Only if you're going to read it. There's no chiyuv. Some say you should, but I don't believe it.
Targum means onkelos.
That's a good question. Some say Rashi.
If you buy something for Shabbos during the week, you say the Chayay Shabbos Kodesh. Is that counted as you bought something for Shabbos, or you have to dafka buy it on Friday?
No,
like you get credit for that. That you bought it for Shabbos.
Yes, you get credit for sure. Gemara says, for sure you get credit. No question.
Where's the Gemara? Which Gemara?
Beit.
What does it say?
It says machlokes whether or not you should buy anything you find that's not going to be available later. Do you buy it for Shabbos? There are two different ways. Now, it's not really a machlokes because Beis Hillel admits to Beis Shammai. Beis Hillel worked on bitachon. So they found something really good. They didn't save it for Shabbos. They used it in the middle of the week. And came Friday, you assumed that he would find it again because of bitachon. But he admitted that everyone should do like Beis Shammai, which if he finds something really good, that's going to last until Shabbos. Buy it instead of Chom Shabbos to Kodesh and save it for Shabbos. If you find it again, then you can consume what you bought the earlier stuff and then get the That's what the Gemara says.
And the Chiddush on that once that Shabbos is like supposed to be like Olam Haba, so that the 6 days of the week are like your lifetime, and Shabbos is like after you die. So it's like you shouldn't wait until right before you die to start doing tshuva. You should work on yourself your whole life.
Yes, that's for sure.
That was one of the few cases that Beit Hillel was moded to Beit Shammai that said no, like you should be working on yourself your whole life.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. It's definitely true. You need to do as soon as you can, or whatever way you can. Siyat Rishma. But then you can put it in there. Siyat Rishma. Gamze, Achon Shabbos. Can you have fish bring to Shabbos the whole?
Sure.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, fine. Akach titpo likabel tosefes Shabbos. Then you do tefillah to get the or of Shabbos. The Chayay Adam actually brings this important a lot of other Sfarim. If you really want to feel the or of Shabbos, it's very difficult without a mikveh of Shabbos. He says the mikveh of Shabbos, you did tshuva, you'll feel the or of Shabbos. The Ramchal, on the other hand, did not go to mikveh of Shabbos. Yeah, and he said, huh?
I heard he never went.
No, he went Al-Bakari for sure he went. But I don't know if he went otherwise. And Erev Shabbos is a letter he didn't go. And he says the people are fools who say I have to go to mikveh, they don't know what a mikveh is. And you can, a mikveh, again, it's not a mitzvah, it's not a chiyuv. So he was able to access the order of mikveh and higher by not going. Like that was the Ramchal. You can't do this by a mitzvah, but you can do it by something that's not a chiyuv. For sure, it's possible to do. So there is such a thing.
Yeah,
but,
why not?
That's just telling you what he did.
He also had a beard, yeah?
No, I don't believe so. Yeah, he was trimmed a bit.
Why?
That's how he was Mikal Meshkina. Everyone is different. It's not a chiyuv.
Yeah? He grew up.
But he's a big Ari guy.
Of course he's a big Ari guy.
Russ said he's one of the only people that understood the Ari, right?
It's not so easy to understand.
So how is it that he would not...
The kasha is not a kasha. Because it's not a chiyuv. There are inyanim. And when you are a Ramchal, sometimes you have to do things a little differently than other people would usually do. Most people, it's not considered a smart thing. Here, I'll give you an example. Rav Shmuel Shapira was asked an interesting question for Ray Rosenfeld. Ray Rosenfeld said, I want to take on a kiruv job in America. I think it was the 50s. He said, if I don't trim my beard, people will not take me seriously in this community. It's modern Orthodox, and it was those years who had a beard, a bushy beard.
No, it's Rav Kochav Lev, I think, yes.
Oh, the Kochav Lev, not Rav Shapira? Okay, I thought I heard differently, but it doesn't mean that I'm correct.
Kochav Lev, he made him his Rebbe.
Okay, Ken Zayin.
That's how I heard it.
I honestly have no idea. He said it was turned out, it could be. But actually, yeah, I guess it's possible. I honestly don't know. So actually, yeah. So he went to whoever it was. I guess you say it was the Rishonats. I heard it. The Rosh Hashanah. It doesn't mean that I'm correct or that I'm remembering right. So we asked one of the big breasts of our authorities, great people. He said, so the Ari says don't touch a beard, but I won't go to do kiruv. Do I shave? Like, do I trim or not? He says trim it. Kiruv? Yes. Yeah, he was told. Roosevelt was told, and that's what he did. But just saying, like, there are a lot of questions, a lot of inyanim. Sometimes a person, again, Ramchal, he was a person who put his head down. He was Megali. He wasn't only a goy. He was Megali. He had Gilui, and people like, this guy's like, what's he doing? He put his head down and like right here, like Gilui, Magidim. Who knows what he? He wrote a whole Zohar on the Rashi on Chumash. Revelations on Rashi and Chumash.
Who?
Ramchal.
Which book is this?
They got rid of it because they were angry at him because he wasn't. He
doesn't exist anymore?
No, he didn't go to the mikveh on Erev Shabbos, so he was no good. So they threw out the book. So they buried the book. So we don't have it.
Where they
So someone like that, it's like so he had his things he had to do. He lose out writing a page of Torah. I have no idea. He wasn't married even then. It was like crazy. I don't know how he did it. Very rare. He was a very unusual person.
Did they bury the book in Eretz?
No, I don't know. We don't have it. They were
what age
crazy.
did he get? 38? 37?
Very young.
39.
But he wrote this like 18 or 17 or something. Something crazy.
Does he have descendants still today?
I don't think so. I think that everyone died in the plague in Eretz Yisrael. Moved to Eretz Yisrael, and they all died. It's very I believe.
Is there anything to the day that he's that kever next to Rabbi Akiva is not the real one? It's like
I have no idea.
There's some like Arab cemetery somewhere where they say. Is
I don't know. I'm sorry. This is your thing. You have to tell me. I don't know. It's not something I know much about, unfortunately. Right? So you have to go to B'tovel, but again, some people didn't B'tovel. It's important about carry to Dafka B'tovel. Very, very, very important. See, I promised you upside my band, but I'm not getting there, huh? I'm trying. Right? Kedei l'hafresh ben kedushas Shabbos l'chol, l'chein tzor litfol l'hafresh big day chol l'kavol t'sefes Shabbos. So, right? So, you go to your tovel, the mafresh between kedushas Shabbos and chol. In the Maisa, there's a mahalich. The Makor Chaim says, don't put on your Shabbos clothes until you've washed off, and you was to the tahara of the rechitza and really the mikveh also. Then put on your Shabbos clothing, otherwise it's inappropriate. That's what he says. So if you can do it that way, if possible. So, Motazikas the Titbil Kaidim, who used to better to go to mikvah a little earlier. Nisachina Kaidim Chatzos Ma'at Titbil the Kavanos Shabbos Achak Tikra Hapasha Beis Mikra Ve'echad Targum. See, he's doing it your way now. Right, so he says another nusach that first you go to the mikveh, a little before chatzos, and then you say parashat mikveh targum. Right, he has two girsos here.
But that's not mashma like before chatzos.
Yes, it is. The second girsa.
Go to the mikveh a little bit before. By the time you get out and you do it, it's going to be after.
No, it doesn't matter. But the second girsa is, which is first, mikveh or Shnayim mikra? First girsa is Shnayim mikra. Second girsa is mikveh first. You should mention, hey, what do you mean? We do it differently. There's two girsos. Kigam ze achanas Shabbos. It's also part of the prepare for Shabbos if you can. Because the hafish, Shabbos l'chol, l'chein ve'es at tefillah tzorach l'hapen l'chol Shabbos. That's why during the tefillah you get rid of your weekly clothing and you're prepared for put on for Shabbos. Okay, so now the question is, do we continue or do we stop? What are the kavanos in the mikveh now?
We'll go all night.
I'm not going to go all night.
Yeah, I want to hear a little bit.
What about Absadma?
That's where we're going exactly now. When you go into the water, before you do tefillah. Okay, I just want to stress in our mikvos, because it's like a beis hamerchatz, it's like a matziv. There's a smell there sometimes. It's better if you have the kavanos when you're in the water, not beforehand. Unless it's very, very pristinely clean, and like the chayr, the halach is a beis hamerchatz, at least in the suffix, and you shouldn't be having these kavanos in such a place. But, pashtus. As far as I know, I haven't seen it there.
Erev also, it's a problem. Right?
Huh?
Hey, there's a bunch of people.
No. Dover, the Gemara says, I think it's a brachas, no, that the dibur aser, hiru mutter. Without a think. You can't say. So this is kavanos. But in our mikvah, so you can do it in front of an erev, no problem.
No. I think I remember here is Asra as well. They're fully in a room of Pnimi.
That's what I just said, because there's a lot of hevel. Not because of erev, because there's a lot of hevel. Because the mikveh is filled, it's got a smell, it's a perpetual shower, it's a merchatz. That's the problem. It's not an erev. It's erev.
There's no smell.
That's the question. It's not a geschmack. That's what I said. That's what I just said a second ago. I know of some people. I know Scheinberg used to say, if you have a room with just a shower and not a bathroom, not a toilet, you're allowed to think and talk, even talk in Torah.
When do you go?
Because when it's done, it's done. You don't feel any shower then at certain times. In a mikveh, because it's there's heat, there's steam. There is what to say. As far as I remember, the poskim are machmer. I don't think anyone says, yeah, you can even talk Torah or you can even think in Torah So the kids are, to be safe, unless you're in some kind of mine of the area or whatever, like normal play where there's hot and it's the shaila. If you want to have these kavanos, don't do it beforehand. Do it while you're in the mikveh. That's all I was saying.
Under the water, so.
Because then you're in a different rishus, unless the water's really, terrible. But generally speaking, you're in a different rishus, so it's not relevant. You're in another place now, so it's not a problem. Yeah. But the thing is that there's erevas there, but if you're thinking, you're not going to speak anything, right? You think, so it's fine. Right, so what do you think? Right, Shemiras Mayim Oile Tzadik. How much is Mayim? Mayim is Mem plus Yud. 40 plus 10 is 90. Communion test, Yud and Sheish B'Shem is Ab, Sag, Ma. And here we are. Now I'm ready. There are 9.